Hey guys, Ajax22 here, and we're back with the ugly Taurus sisters. Finally got a hold of a flathead screwdriver that properly fit in the slots for the screws to pull the side plate off, and just wanted to show what this thing was like inside. The outside's cleaning up real nice, but as you can see, there was a decent amount of gunk inside it that's going to require some mechanical removal. And the springs are pretty shot. They might be able to be, cleaned up a little bit, oiled, put some sprink back in them. I don't know what the proper term is. Pull on them, separate the coils a little bit. I think the ones in the 357 are in better shape than in the 44, so I'm, depending on size, I might just grab them out of the 357 and try sticking them in the 44 for now. Gonna need a new set for one of them anyway. I think that the frames are the same size. The grip's interchanged, so can't see why the spring wouldn't. It looks to be about the same. Yeah, it's not horrible shape, but definitely a lot of gunk in all the little nooks and crannies. Looks like there's only two real springs in it. This one that forces the trigger forward, and this one that operates the hammer. And then it's just a transfer bar system. Alright, I'll keep pulling it apart and start cleaning it up. See what it looks like. Alright. Alright, we've got the 44 completely apart. Also got the 357 disassembled. Just keeping the parts separate. It looks like everything is pretty much identical inside them. Still a little bit dirty. I need to get some rem oil and some wipes and just blast it, and a little tiny, probably an old toothbrush or something, and go through it internally. But I did steal the springs out. This is the length that it probably should be, and this is the length that it was. So you can see this spring got trashed, and then this is the spring for behind the trigger. And again, it got trashed. I also stole the springs for the, I guess that would be the cylinder release latch. And then there's a little plunger spring that goes in here that I also swapped out, and that one was pretty shot too. So, for whatever reason, all the springs were toast in the 44, but not at all in the 357. The bend in the 357 is really apparent when you disassemble her. It's all right here in the crane, so gonna have to make some sort of a block that clamps this perfectly and just lets you torque it. Yeah. Still not sure how I'm going to straighten that, or if I'm going to straighten that, or what. I might just have to send this back to Taurus and have them warranty it, but I'll clean it up first because it's pretty gone. But definitely a blued model. The differences in the finish is really apparent. Yeah, I really wish I could. I hope I can straighten it. I'll definitely give it a shot before sending it back in, but it's an awkward place to have bent it. Very awkward. It's all right in that front section. So we'll see how it works out. Anyway, I'm going to take and reassemble this with the new springs, and I've cleaned up a lot of the surfaces, just scraped off the gunk. There was a lot of it. But it's coming along. probably going to have to scrape a little more off this trigger. It's still got some gunk in it. It's also got a little spring in here. I don't think I have a punch that'll get that out. Not here anyway. And I probably should replace the firing pin spring, which will require me going and finding a needle and putting a little bend in it to reach in there and hook it out. And yeah, piece at a time we'll get there. Yeah, the little holes in the springs, or in the spring guides, are so that you can compress it and then stick a needle or a paper clip through it, and have the springs compressed on the guides for sticking them in and taking them out. But yeah, scrape them all clean, grease it up a little bit, and then you know, eventually I'll probably polish up the internals, make them pretty. But for now, we're just going to see if we can get it reliable. Anyway, wanted to share. I'm going to get back to it. All right. Okay, guys, got it back together, just loosely tightened up, and if you'll see the difference in the sound and the positive lockup that's going on. Just watch the strength of the action. See how positively it kicks back up. It wasn't doing that before. It was the timing wasn't little lever wasn't coming back up fast enough to catch it. But that spring right there fixed it. And we also have quite a bit of hammer tension now, and the trigger feels really very positive. Very yeah, it's a revolver now. So I'm gonna throw the grips on and see where things are at. I guess got to get a hardness tester for this one. The internals on that all need to be cleaned up still. This thing needs to be properly cleaned out and lubed. But oh, and the sight assembly, I'm still gonna have to pull that off somehow and go through that. It's pretty frozen. But yeah, coming right along. All right, we'll come back to this with the 357 probably, unless I get a hardness tester real quick. All right.